My life is about to change in a big way in Japan. I'm literally just so emotional about this because I'm just so happy. Hey guys, it's Kimber and welcome back to my channel where I talk about working, living, and traveling here in Japan. I've been holding on to a secret and I'm finally ready to share it with my YouTube community. It's something that I've been holding on for a while now, and it's something that's going to change my life here in Japan forever. Drum roll please. We're pregnant! Yeah, so that's the big news. I am with child and I am super excited about this pregnancy. This is something I've been wanting for a really long time, since childhood. I've always wanted to be a mom and I've always wanted to have a family, and having kids was something I knew I was going to do. I just didn't know when in my journey. And it's been a long journey from finding the right person to actually being in the same country as my soulmate, then going through the steps of getting married and getting settled. I feel like me and him, we are ready finally to take that next step in our lives. So we are both super excited to start this new chapter. But it's going to change my life here in Japan forever, and it's going to change my YouTube channel. So I just wanted to make a big announcement to my followers, and I also wanted to tie it in and make it related to life in Japan. So that is why I'm making this video today. I want to share kind of what it's going to be like to be pregnant, but pregnant in Japan. So yeah, let's get into it. Pregnancy is one of those weird things where if you know, you know. And before I took the test, I had this very small inkling that I knew I was pregnant, and there was 3 things that told me, okay, you might be onto something.
Well, gang, sounds like we have another mystery on our hands.
First thing was I got finished with work, I went straight to the store, and I was really craving pickles. I really wanted a pickle. I came home and I had to open up that pickle jar straight away. I really wanted something sour. So that was the first thing that I noticed. The second thing that I noticed was I was really tired. So I was going to the gym a lot. I was on this fitness kick, and so I would go to the gym early in the morning. But there was a couple of mornings where I just didn't feel motivated, and I was just like, you know what? Just gonna skip it today because I just feel unusually tired for no reason. And then the last thing that really tipped me off was my sense of smell. It had already been good, but it had turned into a superpower. I was smelling things from a distance, and I was really shocked at how well I could smell things. So these 3 things, I was like, you know what? I don't care. I'm gonna take the test early, see what happens. So I went to the store, I bought 2 different kinds of pregnancy tests, and I peed on both of them, and both of them came out with little teeny tiny faint pink lines. So yeah, that's how I found out. I didn't really announce it to Rick in any exciting way. He came home, I showed him the sticks, and I was like, we're pregnant. And he was like, we're pregnant. And then we both high-fived each other.
High five!
And gave each other a hug, and the rest is history. The very first and foremost, most important thing that I had to do was I had to go register my pregnancy at City Hall. And this was actually fairly simple. Basically, you go to City Hall, you fill out some forms, which are all going to be in Japanese. So if you're not fluent in Japanese or you're still studying like I am, it's important to have someone there to come and help you fill out those forms. But yeah, you'll fill out a couple of forms in Japanese, you'll turn them in, and then after they process those forms, they'll give you an official document, and then they'll also give you this handbook for first-time mothers. Basically, in this handbook is everything you're going to want to know, from morning sickness to appointments to how your pregnancy is going to progress. It even has a lot of information about after childbirth in here as well. So there's a lot of good information in here. Unfortunately, it's only in Japanese, but we live in modern society, so you can simply just use, Google Translate to go through the book. Then the last thing and the most important thing that I received was my maternal and child health care booklet. And this book basically is going to be all of the information that you're going to compile from beginning to end. So this book is very important. Once you get this, hold on to it like your life. You're going to use it at every single appointment, basically. Very quickly and shortly after I registered my pregnancy with City Hall, I went and quickly booked an appointment at a doctor's office that I had researched in Tokyo. And my very first appointment was at 4 weeks pregnant, very, very, very early on. I got my very first ultrasound, and it's like literally just a little bean in there. So it was exciting to confirm that there was for sure something in there, and to kind of see like the starting point of everything. What shocked me most is how many appointments I had after my initial appointment. I had all kinds of doctor's appointments so far. In comparison to what I've seen from American women and pregnancy in America, the amount of doctor's appointments you're going to go through are doubled. So I had my first appointment at 4 weeks, and then every 4 weeks after your initial appointment, you would come in for a checkup. So 4 weeks from 4 weeks was 8 weeks, and I had my next ultrasound. And then after 8 weeks, 4 weeks passed again, and I had my third ultrasound at 12 weeks. And then 4 weeks after 12 weeks was 16 weeks, and I had my fourth ultrasound. And then 4 weeks after 16 weeks, I'll have another ultrasound. And the closer that you get to giving birth, the shorter the time frame between appointments is going to become. So I think somewhere after maybe 20 to 24 weeks, I am going to stop visiting every 4 weeks, and I'm going to start visiting every 2 weeks. Basically, each appointment is the same. They check your blood pressure, they check your weight, they take a sample of your pee, and then they just kind of update you through the steps. So if you want to get certain testing done, they'll notify you of that timeline. If you have any specifications or anything specific to just you, they'll make you aware of that, and they'll give you a timeline of when those things should be done. It's been very organized so far, so yeah, it's been really great. I have like no complaints. As far as pregnancy, for me personally, it has been rough. I was not expecting morning sickness to hit me as hard as it did. The worst nausea, vomiting, dehydration, weight loss, dizziness, fatigue.
Atrium, terbium, osmium, dysprosium, on and on and on.
Being pregnant was really, really rough for me. But the reason that I'm mentioning it is because a lot of good benefits had come out of this situation. That in Japan, healthcare is awesome. I wouldn't so much expect that your doctor is going to give you medication. That's not really a big thing here. It's very common to have rough morning sickness, and what is recommended is bed rest, IV fluids, and if it's really bad, hospitalization. But in return, if your morning sickness is basically disabling, it's just a disability for you, you can't do anything, you can't get out of bed, you can't go to work, you can take sick allowance. And so for me, I was sick for 2 months. So from 8 weeks to around 14 weeks, I was just terribly ill. And so I couldn't go into work, but I was able to get a doctor's note. So one for 1 month and then one for the next month. I gave them to my place of work, and then I got sick allowance for 2 months. And basically that means you can get 67% of your regular salary pay, but you're not going into work because of disability. I was not left, worried, what am I gonna do, not having any money coming in while I was away from work. I was really, really grateful for that. And because of that, I think overall, the experience being, very, very sick and pregnant in Japan has so far been okay. Then just on a more exciting note, I just wanted to share all of the ultrasound pictures that I had gotten done because I had so many appointments, but I've already showed you this. So this is our little bean baby. This is how it started out at 4 weeks. Then we got our second ultrasound, and already I was like so shocked the baby had somehow transformed, and you can see like the head and its growing little body. And then 4 weeks after that was even more shocking because somehow the head and body had ballooned and become even larger. I was definitely feeling the effects of this wildly growing thing inside me. But then this was the most amazing ultrasound, and I did not know that ultrasounds were this like advanced.
What year is it?
But I went in for the ultrasound, and then all of a sudden my baby has a face, it has eyes, it has a nose, it has a hand, it has feet. It was moving, it had a heartbeat. It was really amazing. So yeah, I'm literally like, it's probably the hormones, but I'm literally just so emotional about this because I'm just so happy. Sorry, give me 1 second. So now that I'm on this journey, I'm looking forward to sharing more of my experience with you guys, from doctor's visits to maternity leave to pregnancy culture and other things like that. If you're curious about anything, make sure to leave it in the comments and I'll try my best to share what I learned with you guys. But yeah, that's basically it. My life is about to change in a giant way here in Japan, and if you'd like to join me for that journey, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!